My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, specifically the Darkest Rhapsody Estate. Alrighty then, I'm going to talk about my mission choice here at the very start. There were three that particularly stood out to me. There was this one in the Warrens, which is the one I've ultimately chosen. The Lucky Talisman is here for plus 12 dodge as well as plus 10 accuracy on range skills for plus 10 stress. It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. I mean, it's no sun ring, but it's good. It's good. It'll do. Also comes with a couple of extra portraits, which is always quite handy for us, especially considering I need to get to 24 portraits and 60 crests before I can unlock the 4th level of all of the different things. Skills in particular is what I'm talking about now. Another consideration was going here to the Cove and having the possibility for the encounter with the thing from the stars. What I want from that is the Lock of Fury. The big reason I chose not to do that, I'll resort my party here by level, is because it's a medium mission, but in particular, it's a medium veteran mission, right? So the resolve experience you get from each mission is in beginner's missions, that is apprentice missions. Short is 2 experience, medium is 3, long is 4, boss is 4. The long and boss are always the same for those, right? And then when you step up in difficulty, you just double the previous values, right? So in medium, it's 4, 6, 8. And then in hard, it's 8, 12, 18, 16. Sorry. 4, 8, 16. Yes. In particular, that means that this would be giving me 6 resolve experience, which would level my Master Grave Robber out into level 5, at which point I won't be able to use them. This whole party that I've kind of decided is going to the Miller, I won't be able to use them, right? Renault would also level up, so would Dudley, and so would Montville. So I don't want them to level up just yet, because they are basically as powerful as they possibly can be right now, and that's what I'm going to want from the Miller, because I don't know what to expect there. It's also worth noting that the thing from the stars, I don't have a party in my, veterans that has a lot of protection bypass. You've got to remember that under 40% HP for the thing from the stars, they get like 80% protection, which is ridiculous. You would need a really, really fast blighter, a really, really fast bleeder, or just a bunch of penetrative attacks. So, shield breaker has pierce, obviously. Pick to the face from the Grave Robber, those kinds of things. And we don't have that many of them available, unfortunately, on low level. Even though I desperately do want the Lock of Fury, sometimes you got to make choices that are beyond the right. And I don't think I considered any other ones. Yeah, none of the other ones appear to have as much value. The Farmstead obviously has the Eldritch Slayer's Ring, which I would love, but again, I'm getting 4 portraits more and 25 crests more before I can really go out and do that. I do desperately want those Comet Shards, though, because with those Comet Shards, I will have the ability to buy a relic. Relic? They're called trinkets in this. Trinkets? Relics? Keep forgetting. Trinket. I would be able to buy a trinket for the Abomination, which increases accuracy and stun skill chance. 2 ridiculously important stats for an Abomination. So I've set up my party here, and I've got Gerard in the front line. Gerard is a Beast Slayer, which is going to be pretty handy here. Other than that, they're okay, I guess. Right? I'm probably not going to give them any equipment at the very start here so that they can get the extra from natural. So their speed will be 5, which hopefully is enough to get them to hit their stunning blow a couple times before the enemies actually begin to act. Thankfully, they have the accuracy from Beast Slayer, otherwise I wouldn't feel safe doing this. Next up, we have the veteran Houndmaster Ver. I haven't actually used Ver for that many things, but I've definitely never used Ver for this, which is putting them in the second line and having them be a stunner. Right? Blackjack is their stun. It starts at 110% base, which makes it a pretty good stun by base. It upgrades for 10% each level. Again, pretty good. But more importantly than that, they have a stunning trinket called the Cudgel Weight, which I've already got equipped on them for -1 speed, but plus 25% your stun skill chance. So they're going to have 155%. That is going to be pretty much capable of definitely stunning any target once and possibly stunning them again after they get their stun resist. It's going to be really good. This does mean that I give up the Cry Havoc, because Cry Havoc is only available in the back 2 lines, so you don't get the stress healing from that. But we've also got Penel. Penel is our veteran jester. Penel's just dope as hell. Penel is ridiculous, especially with this on guard and the fact that we've got the bleed, and bleed's really good in this area, and then we've got the, stress heal, and it's good. It's really important that we have, especially a jester here for the stress healing, as well as 2 stuns and a little bit of bleeds across the middle of the party. I'm really proud of this team. Primarily for the effect that Evelyn is here, and Evelyn is a Warren's phobe. But Evelyn is also the only healer I can take on this mission without leveling Monville out of the veteran area or taking Brevdin and relying on, shall we say, unreliable heals. You are on guard, so I'll probably be pairing you with... No, it has to be Ancestor Scroll as well as the Ancestor's Map. Damn. I really wanted to upgrade, give her some extra stun shots, but at the same rate, she doesn't really have, we've got Dazzling Charm. Literally is our only stun skill chance increase. Penel, your accuracy is actually really good, right? Yeah, 105, 100, right? We can drop we don't have a Beast Slayer's ring. We do have an Eldritch Slayer's ring. It's good. A second Eldritch Slayer's ring is probably as many as I will really need over the course of this. But we can give you a lucky dice for +4 accuracy and +4 dodge. Pretty good. I mean, at least until I get other things, right? Book of Relaxation. We'll come back to you. Val, you almost certainly take the focus ring. Oh, the focus ring got nerfed. It was like +12, +14, +16, something like that, and +8% crit. Damn, it's got nerfed. Damn. That's really frustrating. A lot of the accuracy trinkets are getting nerfed. The Sun Ring has been nerfed. The Moon Ring has been nerfed. The Focus Ring was buffed initially and has now been nerfed again. Accuracy is getting on my nerves a little bit. A lot of the time, again, I've mentioned this as kind of like a foundational philosophy for how I play games with randomized elements. I try and mitigate the absolute worst case circumstances. So I try and get everyone to the point there where they will almost always, if not always, hit. And that's going to be difficult to do at this point. Oh well. Final trinket on Penel. You probably don't need to increase your bleed shots. Yeah, it's what? It's 120. The enemies in this area on veteran are probably going to have between 40 and 45. Well, sorry, between 35 and 45. I could give you a bleed skill thing. The problem is the bloody die is also going to decrease your bleed resist, and there are bleeds in this area, so I'm a little bit hesitant to do that. But I think ultimately that is going to be the correct decision. Yeah, I definitely don't want to slow you down, so there's your bloody dice. Makes it sound like I'm mad at him. Totally not. Love him. All right. Let's go to the guilds, make sure everyone is as powerful as they can possibly be. Here's the cudgel weight up to 130. Penel, you're not going to be using any of those. Evelyn, you're not going to be using any of those. I can actually give everyone an upgrade in terms of their weaponry. Yeah, I'm still collecting for the next level of armor smithing, so I can't trade a bunch off to try and get furnace upgraded here. So you will actually just be spending a bunch of money here, but that's okay. Whoa. I didn't have that upgrade. Interesting. Quickly check the Nomad Wagon. Of course, I have had some input, especially from Raze in particular, about the Guardian's Shield and its value. I don't know if I'll be taking it right now. I especially won't. In fact, I definitely don't have the money for it. Broken Key, by the way, is the trinket that I was talking about purchasing as soon as we finish the Miller's mission, so that we get the +15 accuracy and +35% stun skill chance. That is insane. I'll come back and have a look at some of these later. Stagecoach, pretty sure I checked this and there was no one. Manslayer, yeah. Paranomania, fragile. Spiritual for Fear of Mankind, no. Lurker, tough, slow draw. Well, tough is interesting on a leper for the fact that the leper actually has one of the highest base max HP pools. And because it's a percentage increase rather than a direct numerical increase, it's pretty big. But he, slow draw. I do want a leper eventually. I'm worried that maybe I should be taking Berlin here. Fast Stout, Dipsomania, no. Right. Let's have a look. See if we've got anyone that's actually just straight up garbage. We've got... Sort by class, in fact. Got one Hellion. Got two of those. Two of those. Got a lot of double ups. Hendry's just going to be essential, though, unfortunately. The only one that I could get rid of right now that I would be like too damn easy to get rid of is the Antiquarian, but I want to get 4 Antiquarians so that I can do an all Antiquarian mission. Guess I'm going to be passing on Berlin. The reason that I don't want to pass on Berlin is because Berlin now has these 2 single use per battle buffs in Revenge and Withstand. And if you utilize both of those in a, let's say, like an endless mission, you just get ridiculous damage out of it. I really do want to have a leper in the party. What if I get rid of them all? Yeah, you're a risk taker, but that's why I took you, but I'm not going to keep you for that. Sure.
This one has become vestigial. Useless.
I do apologize about the amount of time I've taken at the start of this episode. I just wanted to make super clear why I'm doing what I'm doing in terms of avoiding the thing from the stars. And avoiding the farmstead and exactly what my plan to go to the farmstead is. Speaking of, very, very quickly, the reason I'm not going to the courtyard yet is because when you go to the courtyard and you do the first mission, you actually start releasing the enemies from the courtyard to all of the other areas, and it makes things so much harder. So for as long as I possibly can, I'm going to avoid doing the courtyard. I've already also, by the way, done a previous series on the Crimson Court in particular, so if you do want to see the Crimson Court playthrough, I've got another series. It's probably linked in the description down below. In fact, I know that it is, the playlist for it. I'm going to be ignoring that for a wee while here. I will eventually be going there, but not yet. Everyone has their equipment. Everyone has their stuff. Everyone has exactly their right skills tagged. All right, good. Final thing we need to do before we go, I know, I'm so sorry, is go to the sanitarium and start locking some people in to lock in positives, lock out negatives. So, no, Dudley really should lock in on guard, and I guess lock out Cophobe, so. Here you go, Duds. Monville definitely has something. Yeah, you've got the Lazy Eye that I want to get rid of and Hard Noggin that I want to keep, so. Hard Noggin, Lazy Eye. And no one else has a disease on them. Cool. All right. It's 13 minutes. Look, I'm sorry. But this one was kind of necessary. Okay. I'm definitely over-provisioning already, right? Okay, I'll take like, how many medicinal herbs do I want for this area? I actually want extra torches, right, because of burning the scrolls. Holy water for this area is used in like one circumstance. It's not that good. Bandages, similar. Alright. I think I can get away with just bringing those. No, wait, I already do have one holy water. Cool. Cool. And obviously shovels. 3 should get me done. All right, let's go and embark. So first thing I want to take home, portraits. Second thing, crests. Third, deeds, and then after that, it's a wash.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Don't want that. 100% of room battles means that I don't even need to go up there, so ease. Hey! So, this is the first time that in this series, at the very least, we've seen the large corpse eater. Bleed resist of 80, bleed resist of 80. Good lord. Good thing I brought this bloody die, otherwise I'd be in a bad position. The stun resist of that large corpse eater is not that great, though. We've got an 85% chance to stun it with the cudgel weight. Sure. Good bleed. My stun skill chance here is literally 50%. Got a rocket though. Nice. I mean, if I can hit this stun in particular, beautiful, then I can actually free up the Houndmaster to deal damage. Now, one of the reasons the Houndmaster is also here is because they have plus 25% damage versus Beast on their Hound's Rush. Their Hound's Harry does not, though. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to bleed there because the bleed resist is ridiculous. Why? I'm actually kind of a little, not super pleased with the fact that these enemies have ridiculous bleed resist. I didn't think they would have bleed resist as ridiculous as they do have. Wow, you dodged the bleed there. Tentacle Devour is annoying. Bunch of damage plus a ridiculous debuff. Wow, that debuff is actually off-centered. Alright, Large Corpse Eater is now dead. I could have attacked the Corpse Eater in the backline, but by letting it take one move here... God, it had to be a crit, didn't it? By letting it take one move there, I freed myself up to take a couple recovery actions, and I desperately want to take some stress healing on the Crusader in the front line.
A momentary
All right. I mean, I could self-heal for the possibility of a crit, or I could just attack for the possibility of crit.
Size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
2 portraits is pretty good. Highest bleed resist as well as compounded with highest HP. That's going to be on Evelyn. So Evelyn will open this. You can open that using bandages in order to make sure that you do it safely. But the negative
must be carried home.
The negative isn't that bad. It's just you get some bleed. So this is where Holy Water is used. But the thing is, like, Holy Water can be used to loot this. You don't want to loot this without it. You can get, I think, Paranomania or Bled. Holy Water can be used to loot this, but I'm going to be saving this Holy Water for the possibility of later on finding a Eldritch Altar. Good dodge. Very pleased to have that dodge because I have the Ancestors map, so I really want my scouting to be going off, and it's just not.
Paid for in blood.
Swine Spawn is almost always going to be our primary target. Because it's a stress dealer as well as it crits, as well, and this is in particular the worst one, it can give diseases. That enemy's not dead. Stun. Unfortunately, I've just lost my ability to cudgel weight as well, which is going to be a problem. I'm actually going to go across the party because that gives me the ability to have the Swine Spawn here die before it ever gets another action. Whereas Penel can't really contribute to that right now because Penel's out of position to use Bleed or Harvest.
Well struck.
Hell yes! Well done, Penel. I'm kind of a fan of the fact that she keeps using her Eldritch abilities.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
I mean, not that she keeps critting, but, yo, keeps critting. Crits once, keeps critting. Yeah. It's apparently what I consider keeping. Damn it. That's really not good. And putting Evelyn in a position where she doesn't even have a single attack is really not good either. Resisting that bleed. Ooh. You better believe that's a not good.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
So you're definitely going to be taking a couple of recovery actions here. Pretty much by necessity. Unfortunately, the only person that can stun is one of my most important stress healers right now, so... Ooh. Alright, I'm actually going to rectify the positioning this turn so that I can use the cudgel weight for the stun, not only for the fact that it has the increased chance, but also so that I can free up the Crusader to pump the torch as well as stress heal. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to just attack here then.
Blow.
Which is good, because I do have to, you know, attack from time to time at least. I'm not even toying with my food right now. Oh my god, really? It has speed 4. Why have you acted first? Oh, she's gonna be stunned as well. Yikes. Needed more damage on that. I am now, like, quite reasonably going to be accused of stalling. And the reason I'm going to be accused of it is because I am definitely stalling. Ah! I really needed that to hit because I wanted her to get the self-heal. I'm so mad. I have to kill. I don't want reinforcements.
Maintain the offensive.
Holy crumbs, y'all. Look at the... 2 stacks of portraits is not a thing that really happens. I need you to know that's unlikely. It's good, obviously, but it's unlikely. Didn't get a scout, of course we didn't. Oh, I didn't take keys. Okay, highest bleed and blight resist combined. It's gonna be on you. Knew I forgot something. That's okay, though. Our loot's working out pretty well regardless. Figured.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Ugh. If I had a bandage, I would now use it on Pinnell here. I'm going to use 2 food to try and make sure I keep them off death's door, though. Can't even target the back line here. Good crits. If I can now land a stun on that outlaw, I'm going to be so happy. Great. Good. Ugh. Come on in. Didn't work. Unfortunately, that now means I have to use the cudgel here. Desperately didn't want to have to do that.
Impressive.
And now I have the ability to make sure that outlaw doesn't get an action. Nice. It's pretty important to do that heal there, unfortunately. The crits, though. Your crits are giving you extra 40% to your stress skills. Wow. Okay, we're going to be using a stress healing move next turn. I didn't know that was actually the bonus that the Jester got there. Nice dodge, Jesty. Oh, nice dodge, party.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Yeah.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory. The blood quickens.
Yeah, I was never really going to be doing that much. Hug the doggy. Alright, let's get the Jester back on full HP first. Well, full-ish. My plan here is to hopefully get one more heal out of the Vestal. I'm more than happy for that heal to be a judgment as well.
Right. The promise of safety.
Stop missing! Yeah, I'm not risking it.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Holy crumbs. I am going to bring back every portrait I find on this mission. Did I make sure I had a nighttime ambush prevention here? Hound's Watch is actually a really good one. So what? I do Hound's Watch, release the Hound. And then all companions if religious, just the Crusaders religious here. Then I guess I'd bless. Yeah, I'm actually going to rest early here.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Definitely take a skeleton key as well. I'm not going to be taking the blood here, though. Hang on. I'm not going to be using these 2 torches at this rate. Okay. It is release the Hound, Hound's Watch. Plus accuracy and crit. I mean, I kind of want that on you. Come on, Hans.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
No books. Good dodge. Come on, empty room scout. Come on, come on. Double scout. Ooh, hulking Swinotaur. Again, this is the first time that we've seen this one. This guy goes to the back of the party and then charges you for 1 trillion billion damage. So we definitely need to, try and lock him down with stuns. Unfortunately, they're also really hard to lock down with stuns.
Executed.
Good. I mean, that'll do. Hell yeah. Start trying to work through. Also has 40% protection, so yeah, that's cool. I think the biggest problem with this party is we don't have like a bunch of damage to throw the back line. So when we do have, when we do have primary targets at the back line, it can be a wee bit rough.
This is how a life is taken.
My stun skill is literally incapable of hitting here, so. I was thinking I might consider giving her the accuracy for exactly the reason that you just saw, so that she can actually hit her stuns and her judgments. It is not going well, though. So now that the enemy is at the back of the party, they can do their charge attack, which is the worst thing possible. Which is why it's really important to stun it, nice, and kill this cultist before the hulking Swinotaur acts again. Please stop missing. Like, your accuracy is actually not the world's worst. It is 95 and 100, but the fact that you're missing every shot is insane.
Press this advantage.
I need to kill this corpse so that the hulking Swinotaur's at the front of the party. Good. Whew. Okay. Crisis averted. So, the hulking Swinotaur has a bunch of moves that move them backwards while doing some effect, like a wee bit of a stun or something like that. And those can be annoying, but it's when they're at the back of the party and then suddenly charge that they deal a ridiculous amount. So, it's super important to control their movements. Enemy's already dead. I mean, they've also got 1 speed, so we'll probably get... Oh, gosh. Oh, that's unfortunate. I only get 1 stress heal here. I was planning on getting 2, but I forgot that I have you in the wrong position. So I shouldn't have hugged the doggy. I should have just moved the Houndmaster forward in order to move the Jester back into the right position. That's on me.
The victory. Perhaps the turning point.
I want the crests and I want the emeralds. So a stack of 2 emeralds is 1 emerald short of being more than a stack of gold. Right, well, look, let's get rid of the blood Definitely not using that at this point. There's our scouting. An Eldritch Altar can only be a room battle with a Curio. Damn. If I didn't see any room battles with a Curio, I was probably going to drop the Holy Water there. Okay, and I'm going to stop that stack of gold there. I'm going to keep the key. Guess I'm going to go up, down, and then if I want to come back, I'm coming back to 1 repeat. Cool. This is because there's still the possibility of being a... Can use the Holy Water there. Yeah, they should do that. Just get it out of the inventory. But I've got to keep a key for the possibility of having a... secret room. This was... Vestal receives a nasty gash, but of course they resist it because they have high bleed resist, which is why I choose the Vestal. A lot of empty rooms.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
It's getting pretty close to the point where I'm happy to throw away another full stack of torches. So this is one of the things that you purify with medicinal herbs. Making some of it edible.
Some reward for a task well performed.
I mean, no one's on lower than max HP, so...
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Yeah. All's well right now. I do want deeds. You son of a... You knew I wanted deeds as well. I'm actually going to throw the dog treats. Which now means I should have used them earlier on in battle, yeah. Hindsight is 20/20, friends. Okay. Battle Curio. Pump the light once. Let's go. Okay. Ultimately, I did forget about this relic, so I should have brought more holy water. Swinespawn's dead. Beautiful. For Xaxes as well. Hey! Thankfully, you hit that stun, which gives me the ability to have Bear go for the damage. I would have used a... probably. I probably would have used a Hound Street there.
A death by inches.
Not a fan of the fact that I keep rolling the lowest I possibly can. Alright. Thankfully, none of us are yet marked, so that's the worst case scenario. Enemy rolls like super high on its damage table as well as crits. But, you know, you can't always stop that from happening, to be honest. As long as our cudgel actually stuns here, we'll be fine. And it does. I'm intentionally not going to stun there for the possibility of that stun actually killing where I desperately don't want it to. Whereas now I can guarantee that the Corpse Eater is dead without accidentally possibly killing it and removing the ability to use a bunch of recovery actions here. Actually going to use that more for healing than stress healing.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted and purpose is made clear.
The game is tempting me, like, a lot here. I need to now probably sort out my inventory. I mean, because this is... I laid out what I wanted before we came into this mission, and this is it. This is what I wanted. Medical herbs mostly, not entirely, but mostly get you food. So I'll throw them in order to take the rubies here. And I definitely still need the shovels. I definitely still need the key. I definitely still need torches. I definitely still need food. And then I'll sort from highest to lowest. There we go. That's similar to the suit of armor in the ruins, in that it is a buff or it gives you more information about the world, and gives you a positive quirk related to this area usually. Except the buff here is damage. Resists. It's really not good. Hopefully that stuns. Thank you. It's the only way I could guarantee that it didn't act. I would have had to crit and bleed with a Hound's Harry, and that just wasn't happening. Especially because Hound's Harry bleed chance is really low. If the Jester with a bleeding trinket can't do it. Nice, that one's dead. Arch Corpse Eater is... I actually have a possibility to stun it here. It's 25% chance. Actually, it's 35% chance. Frankly, I'm going to roll it. I swear these guys used to need to mark you before they could tentacle devour you. I'm a little confused about their actions. I used to know, at least I believe I used to know, their kind of action set off by heart. Maybe their logic has been updated in some fashion. And I'm just a wee bit behind the times.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I say maybe as if I don't know that that's definitely probably what happened. And then I say probably just to immediately undercut myself, because that's just the kind of guy I am.
Cursed champion falls.
I now know for certain I don't need shovels. With only one hallway left, I don't need torches either.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay. You have a bunch of positives, including Eldritch Slayer and Natural, that I kind of want to lock in, so I'll leave you there. You have both On Guard and Eldritch Slayer that I want to lock in on you as well, so I'll leave you without them. You have On Guard that I want to lock in as well. So Ver is going to activate this. It's also good because if they just get the damage buff, yep, plus 15% damage until count, plus 10 accuracy until count, plus 5% crit until count. It's all good, man. I'll come back and loot that later. So I'm not going to be entirely on full HP, full light as we enter this final room. Really? 95 base, 9 dodge. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Decimated.
Nope, destroyed all of it. Bump of the Night has a really low crit chance and not even that great accuracy, so... Oh, of course I got crit.
Assault cannot be left unanswered. A time to perform beyond one's limits. Annihilated.
Nice. Bump him. I've got 5 speed. You've got... lame.
Destroyed.
2, and we still went last.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'm already using this to open a thing. But that thing will probably have gold in it. So I should probably get rid of these busts now. I have to keep the food, just in case. Busts are probably the least useful of the... Oh god. There's a madman as well as a swine spawn, as well as the swine gorer. This is actually probably the roughest fight we've had all dungeon long. Unfortunately, the kill's not guaranteed there yet. I have to just target the Frothing Madman with every single attack from there here. I really, really, really want to do other things, but I can't. We're about to end this dungeon by taking the most stress that we've encountered in this entire dungeon, which I probably don't need to tell you is not a good idea. So this wee beastie has a ridiculous crit chance, so locking it down really early is a good idea. If you can get it. Really? And it's crits.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
No disease at least. Well, I mean, the best thing I can do there is AoE to try and hit. Wow, hang on. I think that was a 10% resist and crit on our Jester as well. Bleeding for a ridiculous amount. A patently insane amount. It has to be a heal on the Jester, otherwise the Swine Goro attack. Oh, crumbs. Whew. Otherwise, the Swine Goro attacking the Jester could put the Jester on death's door, and then, well, it could have been concede time. Okay. I have to get him off of death's door. As much as I want to nuke the back line here, I have to make sure the Jester doesn't go. This is a really, really, really good Jester. I cannot overstate that. This Jester is extraordinarily well equipped. Still only 1 damage on that bleed, unfortunately. So the Swine Goro has the possibility to act here. Thankfully, they don't. Bye. I would love to be using that for stress healing, but the possibility of the Swine Goro acting next and critting is just too high. It's too high and it's too horribly bad. We've actually got a really good stun skill chance here. Nice. Good. Okay, we can toy with our food for a moment here. Unfortunately, the bleed that hit us was a crit, so we're still bleeding for a total of 5 turns rather than the 3 turns that it should have been. It's really important to me to keep our Jester on low stress.
Is struck. A blazing star is born.
Because then I'm in a much better position to bring the Jester out on a mission and be able to rely on them stress healing someone else who was previously stressed before coming on the mission. Of course. And it bled as well. Oh, you son of a gun.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Thank hell. Good lord. Just finish the fight. I can't risk it. Oh, quick draw charm.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Heal you for 2. Yeah, you take 6 damage on the first tick. That's fine. Actually can't go back. Wait, I can move 2 areas. 1. That puts you on death's door. And since we didn't get a hunger proc in this space, I now can't move anymore. See, I can't feed you anymore because you're full. That's what I get for toying with my food.
Should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
So not a ridiculous amount of gold, but you can see why, right? You got a disease. Natural Eye, +5 accuracy on range skills. Looks like someone learned their lesson. Repressible replaces Unerring. Irrepressible is +5% to your virtue chance. It's actually quite good. +15% to your disease resist. I mean, better than not having it. Flawed release, -5% crit on range skills. I'm fine. As long as we hit, I don't care if we crit with you.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
All right. So after all of that, we now have enough portraits to get the next level of the guild. And I think we can actually probably even go for the training regimen if we trade some stuff off. That's really good. Unfortunately, we obviously don't have enough deeds in order to get the next level of armor smithing. But, I mean, if I sell off a bunch of trinkets here, and there's a bunch that I do want to sell off. I mean, like, Brawler's Gloves, definitely. Immunity Mask, definitely. Swordsman's Crest, definitely. Single Bleed Charm, definitely. The rest of these are a little bit more debatable. Fun Sun, Protection, debatable. It's 30 plus. I'm just wondering if I will have enough money to upgrade everyone's skills to the point where I really want them to be in order to go to the Miller next episode. This would be a Caregiver's Convention. Dodgy Sheath for -10 accuracy on range skills. Not great, though. Warren, Stricter Sparkle. No, thank you. Ancestor's Handkerchief. +50% to your bleed resist and +50% to your disease resist. That's actually pretty good when you're going into the Warrens. Got another boss up here with a Guardian Shield. Not super into it. Beast Slayer's Ring. Unholy Slayer's Ring. I do want to have at least one of each of those different types of Slayer's Rings, so I can totally see why I would take them. The Antiquarians. Yeah, none of these missions actually immediately leap out at me. So I'll see what I can do between episodes in planning for the Miller. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Darkest Rhapsody Estate here in the Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my content on this game, past, present, and future, as well as a link to my Twitter and Discord, where I hang out and can be talked to or at about things of video games and social. Yes. Hello. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.